Dark sunlight and shining moon, balance of the dark and light. Arcady witches move as we perform our sacred Fire and water, air and fire, by blade and bowl and sword around. We come to with our desire, let all that is hidden now be found. We sense a candle, look at the sword, and bringing of the altar bell. We try our knots within our core to find the magic in the spell. Mother of the summer fields, goddess of the silver moon, join with us as power builds, dance with us our witches rule. Father of the summer dew, hunter of the winter snows, with open arms we welcome you, dance with us as flower grows. Dance with us now, witches round. Ah, ah, dance with us now, witches round. Ah, dance with us now, witches round. Mother of the summer fields, goddess of the silver moon. Join with us at our fields, dance with us now, witches round. Mother of the summer dew, hunter of the snows, with open arms we welcome you. Dance with us at our dance with us now, with us now, with us now, dance with us now, dance with us now, dance with us now, By all the might of moon and sun, by all the might of land and sea, chant the rune and it is done, as we will so would it be.
All right, that is such a lovely song. That's one of my favorite witchy songs. That's Witch's Room by S.J. Tucker. So good evening, you guys. This is High Priestess Jamila. It's probably gonna like the frequency or whatever is gonna change because I'm actually gonna go down to the kitchen. I gotta grab me something to eat from the kitchen. I have gotten hungry. So this is High Priestess Jamila, and I am a witch and a high priestess. I've been doing work for people for the past 6 years, and I wanted to come and talk about, are witches affected by the work that they do for the clients, and also possible symptoms that you could possibly have in some of the experiences that I have had. Like, are there any physical symptoms and what I've noticed as being a practitioner, because it is a very serious thing. And I think people really, really, really don't take it seriously because they're always focused. I noticed that what I actually have to deal with doing this line of work, and people that, sort of don't understand what spiritualists deal with and what it entails. So, does the energies touch the practitioner? I think they do. I think those are some of the main energies that can definitely touch a practitioner. Um, I believe that they can. I believe that those energies can touch a practitioner. I think that it really depends. Um, Main thing that I have to watch out for and what I have to be careful about is um, people that have bad luck on them. Okay, when that's one of the main things. Bad luck and the evil eye, which is actually very closely related. Bad luck is an extremely horrifying energy. In fact, I'm gonna like to pet Julie just because I'm saying the word bad luck. We gotta say good luck, good luck, good luck. Um, I think it would have to depend. I think that the practitioner would still have to have some sort of unresolved issue that is very similar to the case that they're working on. I think that working on certain things, now, what I will tell you is the main thing that I pick up on is spirits, okay? And spirit, a person can have a lot of different types of spirits around them. They can have depressing spirits, they can have anxiety spirits, spirits that make people anxious, people that make people self-conscious, and that can vary from different degrees of severity. People can have spirits that like to be in the heart chakra. Okay, spirits and spirit. See, the one thing that people don't understand is that they take things for granted. So, a spirit is not going to be necessarily the same size of like a full body of a ghost. In fact, spirits often materialize themselves as orbs. So these particular orbs that represent, the essence of someone's life force, these particular spirits can get in your body. They can get inside of your etheric body, which is the purpose of the cleanses. Okay. Um, some spirits like to hang out near the head, and some spirits like to hang out near your feet. Some spirits like to hang out near the root chakra, and spirits love hanging out by the sacral. That is their number one place. The sacral and the heart really depends on what the situation is that you're dealing with. I think that the main thing that people are missing is actual real protection. I think most people think that just by saying a prayer or either having a picture of Jesus in their house, that this is going to provide enough spiritual protection. But to be honest with you, the one thing that people need for protection more than anything else, and it's important to have it, especially if you're doing work, is a pentagram. Now, some people use the ankh for protection. I have both. I have an ankh hanging in my altar room. But a pentagram is so very, and I like to have it near my front door. So many people do not have ample protection. They don't. There's a lot of people that just are walking around wide open for black magic and to be controlled. And so there is a way to dissipate that negative energy. And whenever I take a case for a client, what happens is that if there's any spirits involved, if there's any ancestors involved, what will happen is that when you send me that money, those spirits will come to me. They're not typically able to get in as bad as easily as they used to. Okay. Because the house that I live at, it is like a fortress. It's a fortress over here. This house is surrounded by protection. Um, the spirits that are in this house are very protective. And so, your location is very important, especially when you're doing spiritual work. So, for example, if you're at a location that doesn't have a whole lot of protection, trees, um, you know, grass, animals, and I'm talking about squirrels, bugs, all of those things in nature provide us protection. And I remember when I was at my old house, stuff would just come in so easily because look, listen, it, it does have something to do with your location as far as that protection. Okay. And so there and I think that hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on. I think that your location can be very protected. Okay. Hey, Jamie Campbell. For example, if you are near if you are on like sacred type of land, because and the way that you can tell if the land is good is by looking at the grass. If your grass is brown, if your grass is scarce, and then especially when they be having these houses that are very, very close to other houses. That's why I don't really like newer neighborhoods. I don't really, yeah. And I grew up in a neighborhood where all of the houses were different. And, it like literally the house right across the street was totally different. And there was trees and all that kind of stuff. And see, people don't understand how protective trees can actually be. Okay. 1889, she's green and feeds bees. Okay. So I think that the main thing that a practitioner has to have is protection. Is and also sigils. Sigils can be really good for protection. I've actually got some new stuff coming out. Hold on real quick, y'all. I actually have some new stuff. I don't know what Jacob is doing. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back because he is being weird. Just a second. I do look. You got to tell these kids use your indoor voice. You are being way too loud. I should not hear you in my room with both doors closed. Anyway, so where was I at in this discussion before? Guys, I'm trying to because I already had stuff in mind to talk about. And it seems literally like, when I'm over here handling business, because people be on other stuff on YouTube, it just seemed like it's so many interruptions. And hold on a minute. So probably maybe like I'd say probably like my house, it within itself provides me about 95% of the protection that I need. Okay. Because of everything that is surrounding it. Okay. And so your location is wherever you're doing magic. For example, there's a lot of people that like to go out in the woods to perform spells and rituals, you know what I'm saying? Or either they'll go near a body of water. I mainly do work in my house, or either outside in the backyard. Sometimes I do work in the garage, or either I'll put work in the garage. Um, I have a feeling, I have a sneaky suspicion that I am being kind of trolled right now. Jacob is in there going, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely kind of being trolled a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So can I get to my discussion? Let me ask spirit to clear out any negative, and let me just do a quick incantation. Smoke of air and fire of earth, cleanse and bless this home and hearth. Drive away all harm and fear, and only good may enter here. And spirits threaten us in this place, fight fire by fire and water by water, banish their souls into nothingness and remove their powers until the last trace. Let these evil beings flee through time and through space. For day, goodness gracious, man, we got to get down to business here. Oh my goodness. Gotta balance it. You gotta balance it. Okay. I think that I will tell you that we do see stuff manifest in the men in our lives when we're doing work for clients. Yeah, that right there. For some reason, the kind of the people around us kind of seem to, kind of might act strange. And so we have to, honestly, there's certain things like, for example, I don't live with a man, but, I think it's important that if you are living with somebody and you are doing spiritual work, for you to do like either an egg cleansing on them or either some kind of protection over them, because they can be affected, and and spirit will communicate with you through people, whether or not it's malevolent spirits or benevolent spirits. And so I think that that's one way. But like as an empath, um when I'm working with a client, and keep in mind that this is not just if you send me money for a reading, there's certain things that I am going to pick up on. But like, my clients, like for example, my cleanses are $360. Basic hex removal reversals are 600. And I've got other, stuff that I do, and you can check out my Etsy shop. Okay. Good Lord, this child, somebody is working through my son right now. That is so weak. Lord have mercy. Can you please move that weak spirit? I gotta go in his room and sage. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm about to go sage Jacob's room. I'm gonna play some music or something until I get back. But I gotta go sage his room because he's just like ah, and he normally don't do that. He's making weird noises, and that child normally don't do that. So right off the bat, I'm already knowing that somebody is either channeling him or something. And I know exactly who it is. All right, hold on a second, guys. I hate when men do that. But psychically attacking my kid. Somebody must have got a lock of his hair somehow. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, guys, give me a second. I got to do a little bit of prayer here. 1 second. Saint Michael, Saint Gabriel, Uriel, I call to you to remove every single piece of trace of negativity, and I call to you to watch over this house. My candle just went out too. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Oh, I got this. Trust me. That's what I do for a living. I'm sorry, y'all, for the interruptions. Excuse me. Okay. Guys, give me probably like 3 or 4 minutes, a couple of more minutes longer. Sorry for the interruption. You know what? Excuse me. Okay, guys, I'm back. I know that is a beautiful song. That is Lorena McKennitt, the Mystic Dream, Mystic's Dream. All right. So I'm gonna try to get this finished. And I'm actually getting ready to go downstairs in a minute, but I wanted to discuss some of this up here. And now I know why I had to stay up here because I had to take care of something real quick. That's actually one of the things that I can say, that I can report as far as with client work, as far as needing to sage my house out, because certain entities and spirits will come to you. And so I try to do like a house blessing every time I take a new client. And, that's because sometimes there can be, and see, we don't just do witchcraft over here. I'm actually a medium. And my son is a medium. So he is very, very, very sensitive to spirits. Even if they're just nearby, it's a certain, spirits can attach themselves to your animals, to your familiars. And, um, but I think that it really, really depends because somebody was saying that earlier today that there was a lot of chaos or something over here. I don't have no chaotic household like that. I think it depends on, like I said, your location. And I've lived in a lot of haunted houses. I think all of them are haunted, but it just depends on what kind of spirits is there. So, like I said, there's certain places that I've noticed people trying to curse locations and stuff like that. So, and all of that stuff, people always find something to do something with, instead of improving themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, the negative energy is out there, but to be honest with you, most of the negativity that they are sending to you, spirits does filter it out. You're a spirit, guys. And I will tell you that again, they know how to block your protection. Okay. They know how to block the protection that you have up. They do. They know how to block it. Okay. They know how to block stuff out. And that's why it's important to keep a level head, especially when you're dealing with just life itself, especially if you're delving into spirituality. It's important that if you open up a doorway to close it. There's people out there doing spiritual work and they're not taking the proper precaution. Okay. They're doing very messy magic to where they're not actually taking the precautions that they need. And sometimes you have to do stuff in an emergency. Okay, sometimes it's very urgent. Now, with my cleanses, all sorts of things I pick up on. And I think being a practitioner, you have to be able to decipher reality from what's not reality. So, for example, if it's a certain feeling that I am getting from a client or even somebody that I did a reading for, okay, things like heaviness in the chest, I've experienced that. That is not actually heaviness in your chest. It's more so a spiritual thing. And so for me, I know how to quickly remove that stuff from my body. I've gotten very good at it. You can get headaches, we can get dizzy. Sometimes the spirits can wipe us out. We'll have to sleep for a couple of days. Or we'll have to stay in bed. As a female practitioner, I'm a woman, and I have a cycle every month. I have a period every month. And so there's certain things that I have to make sure that I do. Oh, thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. Rochelle's so sweet to me. Thank you for the Cashapp, sweetie. um, anyway, getting back to what I don't know why my little sound thing don't work anymore on my Cashapp. So weird. Um, okay, now I'm downstairs, y'all. So it's probably Yeah. Oh, wowzers. I just saw something. I did not know that this candle turned black like that. What the hell? Oh no. Mm. Well, it looked like Spirit definitely removed some. I gotta get that candle out of here. Uh, yeah, I got some saging to do, y'all. So mainly what you have to worry about is spirits is the main thing. Okay. Certain spirits, and for me, I'm very, very, very good at picking up on bad spirits. So I'll know, like, before I go into doing the work for you. Hey, Rochelle. Before I go into doing doing the work for you, I actually can pick up on the spirits, that the type of energies that I'm going to be dealing with, and from there I decide if I want to deal with it. Okay, from there I decide if it don't feel right to me, I'm gonna say, hey, you know, sometimes I'll say, hey, I need to talk to spirit and see if I can do some work for you, try some cleansing baths for a couple of days, and I'll get back to you because I don't take every case. Okay, and it's because of the especially when you're a healer. Now, I'm gonna be doing healings for people in person. Okay. So I do have a lot of confidence when it comes to that because I've had just about every symptom of everything. Being a spiritualist, doing work for people. Sometimes you get aches, you get pains, okay? And it's not always easy. But I think that it gets easier, especially if you do have your protection. The one thing that has been protecting me a lot is the advanced witches bottle. Okay, that thing works. Okay, I've had situations to where I should have been upset. I probably should have passed out, and I didn't. It was like I was able to handle that pressure. Now, I will tell you that different spells cause different things. For example, if I'm doing a cleanse for you and you're somebody that has anxiety, probably going to have a little bit of anxiety. Okay. And it's not that I'm having anxiety. It's just, it's because anxiety is not anxiety like y'all think it is. Okay. Anxiety is not anxiety like you think. So, when I get certain things, what I do is I immediately cleanse that stuff off of me by either taking a bath or a shower. Okay, and if a really, really bad spirit gets on me, I have to have sulfur. Okay, if I don't have sulfur, then I'll use something else. You know, so there's a lot of herbs. And you know what? As soon as I come downstairs, this freaking cat is back there whining. So let me let this crazy cat in. She back there whining, y'all. She's like, I'm feeling unloved. All right, hold on, y'all. Look, kitty cat. I don't want to hear all this meow, meow, meow. Little crazy cat. This is my mop at. Somebody would spill some water on the floor. Yeah. So with the cleanses, sometimes I can sense physical symptoms. They're not a big deal to me. A lot of people, if you get a physical symptom for like 5 seconds of anything, you sit there and go, oh my God, I can feel this. And that means that I've got this, and that. But so with cleanses, a lot of the times there's information and intel coming in, but you're not open to receive that information. So I've had anxiety attacks, I've had panic attacks before. But then I've also had that overwhelming feeling that comes over you when you're dealing with spiritual power. So, for example, when I'm doing you guys' healings, whenever I do cleanses, what spirit will do, in particular during that ritual, is they will lift a lot of that off, and you'll start to feel those very calm energies, and you'll start to feel better. So a lot of my clients have absolutely reported that they feel peace, they feel tranquility, happiness. I've had clients say that I'm the happiest that I've ever been in years from your cleanse. Does it happen through my etheric body? No, it doesn't always. And people need to quit thinking that. It's all about intent and the ability to manipulate energy as well as being able to see spirits. So you have to be able to see the spirit, and a lot of people are afraid to say that they saw a spirit. So that's why a lot of people can't do what High Priestess Jamila does, because they scared of embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? And it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely real. The spirit realm. Um, and especially when it comes to certain energies. Now, when I'm doing money work for clients, I mainly like to do my money work during the day. Okay, when the sun is up. However, I can do money work at night. It's all about connecting to the sun and the planets, however it is that you do your magic. I know that I do mine a specific way. And sometimes doing money work, especially when I do money work at certain times, like during the day, okay, when the sun is really, really high, High Priestess Jamila has to go and take a day bath. Okay, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. Most people take their cleansing baths at night. You should take your money baths during the day, okay? Because that sun is doing something, okay? And that it's energetically, and so a lot of people often feel very drained during the day. They feel dizzy, and so a lot of people will naturally they'll say, "Oh God, I hate the sun. I'll be glad when the sun goes down." I'm the same way. That sun, boy, I got room darkening blinds. I'm not necessarily into the sun like that. Seriously, because it will but I think that now the sun has become more bearable for me, and that's because I know what's going on during the day when the sun is out. Okay, that's when we're receiving a lot of energy for your spells and for everything. So, that's why spiritualists such as myself, we often sleep a lot during the day, but we stay up all night, night owls, okay? So, during the day, what I primarily focus on is dealing with business matters. And so that's why I do you guys' money work during the day, mainly, okay? And money work can sometimes make you feel kind of nauseous. It can make you feel kind of nauseous because there's something going on with the solar plexus. So when I do money work for you, I'm working on you. Hey, that's essentially what I'm working on is you and your chakras and your planets. Okay, that's what I'm working on. And so for me, what I have picked up on, and especially right before I receive a blessing, right before I receive a blessing, sometimes I'll just get real cold. I'll just kind of feel off balance. So weird. Um, and so I do believe that certain energies come through the earth through certain people. And I do believe that healing energy is what comes through, my gateway, and that's within my body. Okay. So healing energy, as well as money. Okay. Because a lot of people, when it comes to money manifestation, um, they don't understand that money manifestation happens when you are relaxed. Okay, so when I do money work for y'all, it's my most favorite thing to do. I'm not kidding, because it relaxes me. Feeling the energy of money. It is very warm. It makes you feel very, very balanced. It makes you feel very, very secure, and you just feel like $1 million. Okay, and see, that's one of the reasons why we have to protect our energy, because it's sometimes there's people that are literally watching your rituals. So sometimes you have to be careful. But to be honest with you, when you become experienced enough, you learn how to protect your energy. Okay, you learn how to protect your energy when you become a lot more familiar with doing work for people, because when you do work for people, mainly I'm working with familiar spirits, like people that come to me. They're typically very similar to me, and they are very, very familiar. It's crazy, y'all. When I walk downstairs, like, I have hardwood floors, and that's why I always wanted hardwood floors, because they're extremely grounding. And as soon as I started walking on those floors, I just felt grounded. So I've got to go down and spend some time in my living room. But I'm going to get a little TV to go in there, because I bought my big TV up here. I think a big TV was kind of overwhelming for my living room. So I'm going to get like a different one. Anyway, but I think carpet is a lot different. Carpet has a different vibration than hardwood. Okay. So things like that. And to be honest with you, I would have preferred to have hardwood all throughout my house. And I wonder if there is hardwood under these carpets. I guess I'll find out if I buy when I decide to buy the house. Because I think that it would be better if there was hardwood throughout upstairs. I like having hardwood in the bedrooms. Um, so with money manifestation, and this is one of the reasons why I try to tell my clients what that energy and frequency and vibration of money is, what it feels like. Okay. But y'all actually have came to look at a lot of my videos, and a lot of you have said, wow, I can definitely feel the power from that. And it doesn't feel scary. It feels actually pretty good, especially that one that I did with Hecate. And I've got some work to do with her at the witching hour tonight, so I won't be here long. I'm gonna eat something and rest, and then I'm gonna do some work with Hecate tonight. But Hecate is so amazing, just her energy, her vibe. It's been raining all day, so she's definitely made her presence to be known, and she's ready to do some work. Okay. And it's not always a scary thing, because I think the main thing that scares people is change. Change is hard. It's not easy. Okay, it's not. And so I think that is the main thing that we're dealing with, is people that can't really deal with change and the changes in their lives. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that when it comes to spell work, that's the reason why clients in themselves can block the situation out, which is why it's really important. No matter what work you're doing, you should do a cleanse. Okay. And I don't know about what other cleanses that, because people will say, oh, well, I can't guarantee any cleanses except for my own. Okay. That would work well with my work but I'm pretty sure that, practitioners do things in different ways. Okay. So, the way I do it may not be the way somebody else does it. Okay. Um, I think that mainly the one thing that I want practitioners, especially to be consciously aware of, is that when you're doing cleanses on people, probably a good idea to do some exorcism incantations with that and banish those spirits. Okay. So, because we create spirits just within ourselves. A person can sit there and just create a spirit that can come out of nowhere. So if a person has created a bad spirit, I know as a woman, just having a uterus, you can create spirits very easily. And that's the one thing about women, you know what I'm saying? So, um, so I think it's important to understand that these energies, it can make practitioners feel sick. It can make us feel kind of sick. It can make us feel kind of like, I know that there's been a few times where I felt spiritual energy, and it's definitely, made me either go to the bathroom. These spirits can give you really bad gas. Okay, energies and spirits can give a person really, really bad gas. And I've experienced that before. I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I'm very sensitive. So if you have any kind of health problem and you're near me, like I will pick up on it, and my body will start to tell me what you're going through. It's not actually happening in my body, but it just tells me so, because that's the empath side of me. Okay. And I've been doing that for years. I just remember discovering that I was an empath was the weirdest thing in the world. I was sitting in the car with my uncle's girlfriend, and we were sitting there talking, and all of a sudden I felt this pain in my left ear. And I asked her, I said, are you having pain in your left ear? And she said, yeah, I am. My ear been bothering me all week. And I said, really? And I kept having those experiences with different people. Like, for example, if somebody was really, really sad, I would just get really, really sad with them. Like, I'd just be like, you know, it, but for me, I'm more of an uplifting type of person. I've always been that way to the people around me. If a person is very anxious or nervous, I'm going to feel it. I have actually read people's thoughts. I can definitely pick up on what people are thinking. And it's so weird because it's gotten stronger. And I've discovered that I don't even want to say how I figured that out, because I haven't really been around too many people. And so, but I will tell you that I'm not going to say that. I can tell when a person wants to be near me or when they're ready to leave. Let's just put it like that. Like I can feel it, like, and I just know that that person is getting ready to tell me that, you know what I'm saying? That, it just is so weird. Like I said, I ain't been around nobody really but my children. And so a few other people, I definitely, like, as far as with that sixth sense, but with that empathism, it's a whole new ball game. And so the main thing that affects us is being an empath. That is the main thing, is that empathism. But empathism is not as scary as what people think it is, okay? Because there are a lot of badass empaths out there, and they have perfected their shielding and their protection. They have perfected it. And they also have perfected, like if somebody come in the room and they got a headache, and okay, somebody comes in, somebody walks by you and they have a headache, or either they're having a really bad day. And so you can feel that. There are some people that know how to push those energies off of them without using a candle, without using anything. You know what I'm saying? Like but I think that what helps is the protective jewelry. And I have just, oh my God, guys, I'm an empath, and then plus I'm a Cancer with a Leo rising and a Virgo moon. So the spirit said you got to hurry up and get you some moonstone. So the stones are really, really good uh, for maintaining certain things that you need to balance. And I think using earth energy, because hold on a second. So stones are really, really important. You know, that's why sometimes when you see spiritualists, they'll have like these huge stones. You know what I'm saying? Like these necklaces and bracelets, and they'll just be covered in stuff. And see, that is because, and also the waist bracelets too. Okay, that's considered to be jewelry that is protecting the sacral chakra. So a lot of people don't think about, wearing jewelry on their stomach, or some kind of, maybe belly bead or something, or either wearing something around your stomach, which is why you see a lot of witches, they'll have something tied around their waist. Okay. And so the reason why they do that, it'll have like beads or some kind of stone at the end. And that is because, they are protecting their sacral, because when you're like out there, certain entities can be attracted to you just because, I mean, if you a woman that's on your cycle, sometimes it's best to just stay home. You're gonna go out there and attract all kind of stuff. And then especially when the womb is open like that. So women have to really be careful. And it's terrible because so many of us, the reason why protection is so necessary is because there's certain the the energies that are supposed to be protecting us, we have to work extra hard because there's so many things that are trying to, not protect us. Especially if you're a witch, people have it all wrong. People are so backwards because the people that are claiming that they're not witches are actually the evil witches. The ones that are up front, those are usually the good guys. You know what I'm saying? And they demonize witches a lot. um, but um, the main another thing that I always pick up on is your ancestors. Like they do come to me, okay? Especially if we've talked about one of your ancestors in the reading. Often what they will do and what your spirit guides will do is they will stay close to me, and they actually will help me write out the petitions for the work that you need done. They'll help me write it out. Which is why I don't, I actually want to do a witch's blog. I think that'll be so fun for me to do that. Because when I do like spells and stuff, some of the spells that I write, they are just so on point. That I like to um put them up and like start, doing like a website or like a blog where I'm, showing, various spells just to help people out, because, I am really appreciative, even though a lot of people say, well, do you don't go to Google? But many of us, we had to go to Google. Hey, Baylor Smith. Hello. Many of us had to go to uh, Google because we really didn't have any other inspiration anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful to, the witches and the websites with all of the information so that we can read about the candle colors and what different herbs that, I couldn't imagine losing that information. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's important for all of us witches to have like herb encyclopedias. So I am going to order some books. I want to get a bookshelf for my living room. I think that'll be so cute in there because my living room reminds me of like a study, and I want to get a bookshelf and get some books and stuff because I'm really into books. And I really want to have like different references for herbs and stuff. And those herbs are where it's at. I think that when you are consulting with a client, you need to have a cup of herbal tea, preferably peppermint, and something with some catnip in it. Okay, because those energies, you have to be careful, especially when you're exchanging money with people, because money is energy. Hmm. The Baylor Smith, hey, you winking at me? um, so it's an interesting thing to do. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to magic. I can't stop. I'm addicted and can't stop, y'all, for real. I feel like I got to make up for lost time. I got all these petitions to burn. I got to go outside and do it, though, because I'm going to stick them in my cauldron and burn them. I got petitions and see they starting to build up again. I got to go get it. And normally I burn my petitions faster than that. And I don't know why I haven't been doing that. And spirit has been getting on me about that. They're like, when you done with that work, burn that petition and keep it moving. Girl, you tripping. So I'm gonna have to go out there and have me a little bonfire. Probably gonna wait till tomorrow to do it. Because tomorrow's Saturday, which is related to fire energy. Okay. So negative spirits can affect people at any time though. But I have found that um, sometimes the energies from the cases can it can bleed into you know what I'm saying? And so you just have to watch it. You have to really watch everything like a hawk. And it's not a hard thing to do. To be honest with you, it's all about divine timing when it comes to spirit. I think that so many people can be so hard on themselves, but I think that if you trust yourself, then you pretty much got that handled. You know what I'm saying? So the trust is really important. Having trust in yourself is important when you're doing spiritual work. People that question and guess and second guess everything, when they get done doing what they're doing, they're thinking, is it going to work? That's why I always tell you guys, like, first of all, you just stepped over a crossroad. Whenever you are consulting a witch and whenever you are paying for spiritual work, you are connecting yourself with the etheric realm. It's almost like walking into another world when it comes to magic. So if you can't, because literally I've seen spells manifest within hours. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have that correct energy of magic, and it can take a lot longer if you're not tapped into that. And then also having faith. And, for example, every single time I recite that exorcism incantation, I know it's going to work, and it always does. It has never failed me. And I'll do it because I'll pick up really bad energy sometimes, just going outside, especially right now. I'll go get in that tub and recite that exorcism incantation, and I'll be feeling like a goddess, okay, when I come up out of there. And I'm always lighting candles and stuff. So, but I noticed that people that are around me that are not spiritually sound, like for example, when it comes, and this is really bad, but if you've got children, it is very important for them to listen to you when it comes to the spirit realm. If you got children that are kind of like not into it, or they don't believe it, or you know what I'm saying, it's kind of one of those struggles. If you didn't raise your children like that, certain spirits can get attached to the children because they're not consciously aware, and they're sort of like, so that is one of the things that, being a spiritualist and having children. Yes, you see it manifest in the children. That's why you have to be on point. You have to boil herbs. You have to give your children egg cleanses. I mean, you have to be on point with that. Okay. And it's best to do it at the same time. So this is the way that you do it. If you do a cleanse for yourself, cleanse your kids. Okay. Do like a little egg cleanse, or either do a candle. Okay, I remember I had like 6, 7 candles going at once. I was cleansing everybody in the house, and it does work. But I think that is one of the main struggles, is the people around you that don't necessarily believe in it. That's why I don't see how relationships between witches and they don't work. They don't. They usually don't work. If you're a witch and you're not with another witch, you 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 might have some problems. You might have a few problems in that situation. Now, if you're with somebody that respects your beliefs and they believe in you, then that's going to make things easier. Otherwise, stuff will just come in left and right on people. Which is why, a lot of witches, when you are around a witch, there's certain covenants, there's certain things that, witches will make you agree to. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jacksonville, they're male witches. Who are what male witches? You mean like, yeah, like a lot of y'all men are witches too, and y'all don't even know it. And a lot of the women that are witches, what I notice is that they have a lot of spirits around them. I just a lot of different energies around them, just that chaos, just looking for a place to go, looking for you to put it into perspective so that you can manifest with it. So when you get lost in that chaos, you know what I'm saying? That's really difficult. And a lot of men do, because a lot of men, they just, they didn't realize that in the Bible, when they were talking about witches, they were talking about male witches too. And if you're a male that's born with the mark, I noticed that a lot of male witches, they always have a mole on their nose somewhere. Y'all notice that? They always have a mole, just like the women witches do. And them the ones you gotta watch out for real. It's not for me. I'm not scared of everything though. There's a lot of people that are just scared the cats. They're just spooked by everything. I don't spook very easily. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Just because of y'all got to understand that since I was a baby, my mother literally my mother set me in front of the TV to watch The Exorcist. I mean, literally that to me, like my whole life was the perfect training for what I'm doing right here, so even though I don't like my mother, because she's not one of those people that's for affection, you know what I'm saying? She's been affectionate, but she's not necessarily an affectionate person, but she was definitely a good teacher, you know? So anyway, going back to what I was talking about, negative thoughts are the biggest thing. If you can't control your negative thoughts, you are just people that can't control their thoughts. Mm-mm. Ooh, no, y'all have got, that's the one thing I can tell you. And so when I work with people that can't control their negative thoughts, I'll just hear all this blah, 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 blah. And I'll text you. I'll be like, hey, what's going on over there? My ears are burning because I can hear you because luck of the draw. Ain't I lucky? I'm also telepathic. Okay, I'm a telepath. So a lot of us were born, especially if you was born in 77. Like I've noticed that a lot of people that were born the same year as me, they tend to like they got a little bit of everything. So, that's why people will sometimes say I'm batshit crazy, and that's okay. I feel like if you like, for me personally, as a medium, and as a special person that is spiritually gifted, I feel like if you are around me or if you have anything to do with me, you have to, there's a certain amount of protection that you have to have over yourself because I can become possessed at any time. And that's real. That is very real. And that's one of the reasons why I'm getting more into the stones, and I'm actually going to get me an amethyst. I've been wanting to get one of those large amethysts. I'm gonna get one because the and you know what? For some reason, hello, conspiracy theory. Where the heck is my amethyst? I had a nice little chunk of it. I need it. Amethyst is like a potion to me. Like if I just touch amethyst, it just transforms my energy. And that purple, y'all don't understand colors. Colors, okay? So, I mean, it's certain things that the earth has given to us. And see, amethyst is a naturally occurring, thing. It's a naturally occurring stone that is purple. And it is, it's, so the earth gives us an abundance, of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's constantly being found and it's somewhere, because I'd like to know where they actually get this stuff from. Where are you getting these moonstones from? Where are you getting this amethyst from? Where are you getting this from? I want to go and visit there because so anyway, certain things are very overwhelming for me. For example, I can only imagine the experience that I'm going to have standing in front of an ocean. I would probably need to go and lay down. Like I could probably only stand it for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And probably because of, um, with energy, and then also I've never been to the ocean. I've never been to the beach, you guys. I'm going to go eventually. I was supposed to go with family when I first got here, but it didn't end up happening. So, and so you got to think of these spirits and the energy that you're giving, that, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's body is earth, air, fire, and water. We are all earth, air, fire, and water. Okay. In our bodies on this earth, it's what, hopefully you're balanced. Hopefully you're drinking plenty of water. That's the one thing, you got to drink that water. Make sure that you're drinking water too. Water actually clears out a lot of the negativity. And then also, if you're having issues with congestion, drinking water really opens everything up. I think a lot of people are just in general not drinking enough water. Very important for you to drink water. Very important for you to take baths at least once a week instead of just showers. Okay. I don't have hardly any of client energy touch me because I'm constantly taking those baths. Constantly. I take them sometimes 7 days a week. Cause cause once a spirit goes through you, it leaves like an impression. Okay. And that's what you're picking up on, is the impression. Now, if you're not banishing at all, if you're not taking the time to banish bad spirits that you're picking up on, because look, you don't need to have a bad spirit to tell you anything. That if you call to the spirits and a bad spirit comes through, you need to banish it. You don't just keep that spirit there. You know what I'm saying? Or either you have to say, hey, or either you have to mentally put it in some kind of box and put it to the side if you feel like you need information from it. But if it's a spirit that causes like a sharp pain, like you doing a reading for somebody and then all of a sudden, you feeling like a sharp pain or some shit, I would say banish that spirit because something ain't right there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be feeling that. And so those energies can really mess you up. But I feel like as long as you're doing it safely, you'll be okay. And I don't think a lot of people do it safely. I think a lot of people totally take it for granted. Okay, that's just like, have y'all ever seen that movie Ghost? I'm kind of in the mood to watch that movie tonight. Y'all remember Oda Mae Brown, and she had the gift, but they hadn't necessarily manifested yet. And then when she ran into Patrick Swayze, it was very overwhelming for her. And so, a lot of people that are just kind of doing it, you get more than what you bargain for. You better be careful what you wish for. And a lot of y'all are not careful about what you wish for. You wish for bad things. And I know that I have clients that do that. I can sense it. And that's why I'll contact you and I'll say, hey, I need for you to take some kind of spiritual bath or something. And now I'm starting to see clients more so at my house. And then I'm also going to start making house calls because, I don't know, like sometimes clients, sometimes those spirits can be so bad that people are not actually releasing and letting go, when they are taking their spiritual baths. And you got to let a lot of that stuff go, a lot of that cutesy, wootsy, hoity toity stuff. You got to let that go. That's why I always tell y'all what to do when it comes to, um, especially when you take your spiritual baths, you want to make sure that you're actually flushing out your kidneys. So you want to pee like 3 times. That's how long you're supposed to stay in a bath. And this is how I've consistently stayed healthy. And last year I was living in a house that, was really that house. Literally, I had to run up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I ain't about to leave my possessions here. Okay. Um, I had to run up out of there though, because the spirits had gotten so bad. And it was because that house, it was that house and then other stuff. So, um, that's how I survived that house, getting in those baths and that stuff getting pulled out of me. So you can actually reverse kidney damage. I can imagine that I can heal people of many things. Okay. You can do that by taking a bath, soaking in those herbs, because it's going to pull things out. And when I tell you to do certain things, I tell you for a reason. And I end up having to do it for clients because I tell clients, I say, hey, did you take a bath? And they'll go, oh, I forgot. And I've gotten on my clients about that. I'll tell them like, I don't want to hear you forgot, because I could sense and pick up that you haven't taken it. And, so I do have a connection with every one of my clients. It's definitely very personal. And I think that it sometimes it definitely has to be, not even sometimes, but especially when I'm doing spiritual work for a client. Okay. So we become family, seriously, because of everything that we're going through. And then you telling me a lot of stuff. And so I learn a lot about you. And, so I never seen it. You never seen that movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze? was a very good movie, very romantic movie about I guess you could say it was about twin flames because she could communicate with him um from because he had died or whatever. It's actually kind of a scary type of it's kind of scary, it's kind of sad, but it's still a very good movie. It's got Whoopi Goldberg in it. She plays a psychic or a medium in that movie. So um I think the main thing that I've gotten very good at is grounding myself. So the risks of doing work for others, for me, it's minimal. But like I said, I take my cases on a case by case thing. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, I'll have a person that I'm doing a gen hex remover on. I'll have like several other things to do. And I'll say, hey, and then sometimes you'll say, well, I'm not gonna be able to do anything for 2 weeks anyway. And I'll say, well, we'll check back with me because sometimes I'll be overwhelmed and I'll have my hands tied. And then your case may be a little bit too much for me to deal with at that time. You know what I'm saying? A cleanse, I can do that really easily, but certain stuff that's a little bit more complicated. But it definitely, I can tell you that the spells do work, but I think that it depends on the client because if the client doesn't believe that it's going to work, then it's not going to work. Okay, either it'll take a long time to manifest or either it'll manifest messed up because your thoughts affect the work. Okay, so just make sure that you're not thinking negative. So I always give people stuff to meditate to. Okay, I always instruct people to meditate and to listen to those frequencies because they definitely do help. Because a lot of people, your body is in a state of panic. Okay, a lot of people, when they're getting ready to get work, your body is sort of in a state of panic because it's overloaded. Okay, it kind of creates an overload, and especially if you work in certain fields, I always tell people when you work in certain fields, especially if you work in the medical field, and I actually have quite a few clients that work in the medical field. So I think I got one doctor. Yeah, I got one doctor. I've had several nurses that I've done work on. So yeah, so that's important because you guys are around a lot of you know, spirits that have sickness, spirits of sickness. So, um, the main thing about getting the work is to trust your spiritualist and trust the process that you're going through with them. And I don't work with clients that don't trust me. Well, I've had clients. Okay, let me just put it right. I work with clients that have trust issues, but you got to trust your spiritualist. Especially I don't just do work for people. I actually heal people, and sometimes that healing is a slow process. So, and yeah, there are times where I'll be doing a lot of work for people, like people wouldn't even believe what I've went through for them. And I've had clients like take me for granted. And it really, I do take it to heart, like when clients do it, but I always work stuff out with my clients, always. Like if you a client, you're gonna know what I'm about, you know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of times that energy will creep in and clients will, they'll say certain stuff to you. And I always sit down and talk to y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I let y'all know, hey, listen, I'm here to help you. And especially when because I remember I've done rituals for clients, and the ritual will just be amazing. Like, you know, it's going to work fast, and you know that it's going to be amazing. Everything went through smoothly and clear. And then the client will say something crazy, and you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're talking like that. I just did like one of the most amazing rituals for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel good. Like your spirits blessed me. So why aren't you receiving it? And that can be a problem. That can be a problem. So what I had started doing was, well, another thing is that sometimes it can take, like, those energies can sometimes take a minute. So what I'll do is I'll do like blessings on the phone with you. Okay, so that's very important. Doing things directly with clients is what I've noticed that definitely helps. Um, I do a lot of counseling and spiritual therapy for empaths. You know, empaths are very special people. They can get themselves into a lot of trouble too. So, but yeah, I think that it's minimal. I would say that, yeah, you know, I have picked up on certain negative energies. I know that for me, especially, like, if you got something going on, like some kind of problem, like, you know, back pain, stomach pain, you know, just being around people, I can feel that pain because my body will automatically tell me what you're going through, uh, probably so that I can heal you. It's something that you can't never turn off either. Okay, you just can't turn it off and say, no, I don't want to do this today. So that's why a lot of spiritualists, man, we can actually come across as like spoiled babies or spoiled brats, but that's because we're doing so much. And sometimes people, sometimes people that I have in my life, I'll be dealing with all kinds of spirits for them. And then they'll turn around and stab me in the back. And I'll send all their spirits back to them. Sometimes I will, because I'm like, do you realize how much negative energy I absorbed for you today? And you didn't even say thank you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the main thing that a lot of us spiritualists are talking about, especially on YouTube, is you know, not being, or feeling like you're not being appreciated. You know, that's really difficult. So because I've actually talked to people that, you know, they'll kind of be kind of flippant, you know, and I'm like, you have no idea what I just went through for you. Like, are you serious? You know, and so it's not our fault that we're tapped in like that. It's the people, it's the people's faults for, you know, taking us for granted and like treating us like crap. Especially when it comes to empaths, man. Empaths absorb stuff. They will absorb stuff that was meant to hurt you, and they'll absorb it for you because you can't handle it. So that's to be appreciated and valued. Okay, whenever you have a person doing stuff like that for you. So that's one of the reasons why we can act like spoiled brats too. And like my clients, they know better than to talk crazy to me. I haven't had anybody do that, but I just noticed that even the people that you're around, your families, your loved ones, your lovers, you know, sometimes they will have no idea what you've done for them because they're totally ignoring the spirits. And you've been doing that work for them sometimes weeks at a time, and then they'll turn around and, you know, talk crazy to you, which is crazy, you know. And a lot of us are getting tired of that, to be honest with you, because them being ignorant or not believing in it is no longer an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So I'm gonna need for people to I'm gonna need a trust and appreciate your spiritualist day. They should have a day for us, for real. But the little small stuff, like I can tell you, like if I get on the phone with you and like your chest is tight and like you're feeling really, you know how you can get sometime when you feel impressed. I can feel that. And a lot of people say I feel like that all the time. I'm like, ooh, the cleanses are there for you if you need them. They definitely do the job. So I'm always here whenever I am needed. And I think I'm gonna get ready to go. I think I answered all the questions that I had today. It's all that anxiety. You know what? I don't have anxiety. I just be getting. I think that I just get irritable. But as far as anxiety, I don't. I think I have. I think I'm impatient these days a little bit. I think my patience is running thin, very, very thin. But other than that, as far as anything else, I'm usually, you know, I try to resolve things before I go to bed at night. That's what a lot of people will do. A lot of people will go to sleep with spirits on them. Big mistake. I don't care what it is. You better get it right and get that spirit off of you before you lay down and you go to sleep. Because if you leave it there and it gets an opportunity to squat inside of you, then and then you'll wake up the next morning even more irritable. That's why a lot of people are going through depressions and stuff. Hold on, guys. Yeah, it's 1.5. But you know what? I kind of want some more of these. Okay, guys. So I am taking new clients for the new moon. Um, in particular for love healing work. Okay. So love healing work as well as of course cleanses during the new moon. And I already got a couple of people that I've got scheduled for cleanses. But what I'll typically do is I can do like 6 cleanses at a time. So you guys can reach me either at the link below. Okay. If you want a consultation, either at my Etsy or you can cash at me. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow, guys, to do readings. I meant to do them. I'll probably come early in the morning and do a reading for you guys. So, okay, Nova America said, right. I have people up in my house spending the night here with their nasty energy is bad luck. That's why I can't live with too many people. If a person is generally a negative person, I can't live with them. Okay, it makes it extremely difficult, especially being a spiritualist. I have to. I mean, there's like all day. Spirits typically have a path and a plan for you, and when you're a spiritualist, you have to be able to sit down and relax because you're dealing with a lot. You know, so and we deal with a lot. We do. That's why for me, I've gotten extremely, here, baby, I've gotten extremely irritable with people that are close to me in my close life that don't appreciate me because I'll sit up there and I'll absorb a bunch of energy from people, and then they'll go and they'll spit in my face. And so that's why, I get, that's why I give a very harsh reaction to that because a lot of people, that's the whole thing with this whole coronavirus and stuff. A lot of these curses are being unearthed, and so why do you think that they're doing social distancing? And if somebody actually is around another person, because I've heard that there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, domestic violence. It has increased, with this whole corona thing. So, corona is a spirit. That's what corona is. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, you live alone? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm about to wrap this up. It's like almost 1:30 in the morning. I will see y'all later. We are coming up on that new moon in 3 days. I'm excited. I'm excited. Anybody excited? I'm actually going to do a reading for the new moon. I'm going to do another reading. And I've been meaning to do a money reading because I think that's what everybody is focused on right now is money. And then also love. But I'll see y'all later. You must be an empath in Nova America. You must be an empath. Okay, guys, I will see y'all later. Love and light and peace and blessings to y'all. Bye.